later this afternoon. So it's certainly an important day here at Anfield in more ways than one. Very shortly we'll begin the build-up with Michael Owen and Mark Schwarzer. But it's about so much more than just football today, isn't it? It's a significant Armistice Day, marking exactly 100 years since the guns fell silent. And as always, football will pay its respects, as it did up and down the country yesterday. It's all about those who served between 1914 and 1918, and of course football really played its part in the war effort as well. Almost every professional team sent players to the front. So many of them never returned. Indeed, 16 players from Liverpool and Fulham lost their lives. And Football Sacrifice is a story we're telling in our new BT Sport film, Brothers in Football, which is airing this week. It's a tale of how South London amateur side Corinthians spread football around the world. They took the sport to Brazil in 1910, and their legacy remains to this day. In 1914, they went back again, but tragically didn't end up kicking a ball.
In the summer of 1914, the Corinthians were once again bound for Brazil on another tour to South America. And it was whilst on the ship at sea that they received word via a telegram that war had been declared back in Europe. To a man, the Corinthians, it's said because of their Corinthian spirit and their belief that there was more to life than just sport, they decided they had to return home straight away to join the forces. They travelled down to Brazil, where they cancelled the tour, got straight back onto the next boat home.
These football players were of a type whereby you're in the middle of the Atlantic and you hear that war has broken out. Your first reaction is king and country.
The tragic reality for the Corinthians was that because they were public schoolmen and because they had come through Oxford or Cambridge University, the army appointed them as the officers. They were the leaders of their men. And in trench warfare in the First World War, it was those people who led their men across the line into the charge. It's probably why the Corinthians lost more men than any other football club, was because as officers they were just wiped out.
No one at the time understood how that war was going to work out. No one understood that it was going to be a trench war, and no one understood that it was the officers that were going to be first over the top. They were the first ones. They were the ones that met the hail of bullets, but they had to lead their men. That was their role in society. That was their caste. That was their honour.
It really is an incredible film, and of course it's an important story, and you can see it in full today here on BT Sport after plenty of live football at 4:45 this afternoon. Well, it's a war that claimed the lives of nearly 20 million people. The city of Liverpool itself lost more than the capacity of Anfield. A sobering 62,000 from this city losing their lives. And now, as the rest of the country falls silent, we too remember those who volunteered, those who served, those who fought, and those who died for you and I to enjoy our freedom, exactly 100 years on from when the guns fell silent. Lest we forget. Well, a fitting place for us to remember the sacrifice of so many, including, of course, young footballers' lives who were cut short, and it will be marked once again before kick-off when Liverpool face Fulham here at Anfield at midday.